Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Masks Monday and session 17 of Masks of Nyarlathotep, and it's going to be the climax of England. So, let's see. Let's introduce characters first of all, and I need to shut that door. I think there's a bit of an echo. Shall we start with Winston? Winston, mid-out.
Hi, I am Ronnie. I'm playing Winston Greene. I am the sort of archaeologist and historian of the group. So far, I've managed to survive this horrific ordeal that we've been trekking across the globe with. I think that's been a mixture of luck, guile, and cowardice.
Interesting choice of words. And we have Françoise.
Hello, I am Françoise Pelletier. I am a photographer. At least that is what I used to do, but these days I am an international cult smasher. Also, I know that the GM this week, actually I'll use my normal voice, I know the GM this week is a little bit concerned about missing any important details because it is the climax and he wants to get it right. I just want to say we'll do our part, so if it goes wrong, Jason, entirely your fault.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So yeah, that's me.
And well, don't forget, you're also a culinary chef, or at least trying to be.
A temporary disposition.
Yes, temporary. And we have Perry.
Perry Astor is a 36-year-old explorer, Canadian explorer out of Calgary. Fairly tall, fairly weathered looks, bit of an outdoorsman. Likes his action, so shotguns at the ready for this episode.
Ooh, and Pranit.
Basically, Pranit Singh Dillon is a battle-worn veteran of World War I that somehow managed to get to know these three other fellows. And now, if you watched live or in another time, last session is basically locked in a basement with Perry. This is going to end so well for both of us.
Absolutely. So let's talk about you two being locked up in the basement, including anything else that you did last session. Take it away, Françoise, for the summary.
Well, you see, last session, I lost my girl, so I had to go find her. So first of all, I tried the hotel where I met Pranit Singh Dillon. And also, of course, my existing friends, whatever their names are. So they went off to look at this, how you call it, a monument, a pillar, an obelisk, and to talk to a policeman. It was not particularly enlightening for anyone involved. So I went with Pranit to find my girl, and we went to the Blue Pyramid Club, where I gained entry for his oil and had a look around. And after Pranit had led the way downstairs and found nothing of interest, I then dealt with everything and investigated and spoke to the people. And so we found out that our missing girl was also with 4 other people, and they were likely to be killed. We deduced, or rather I did, that they would be sacrificed on the full moon at the Egypt house.
The new moon.
Some phase of the moon, who cares? I'm not into astrology. So, it is a ridiculous science. It's not even a science. I mean, come on. It is ridiculous nonsense made up by gypsies. No, it is instead what this cult believes. And this cult, they are going to sacrifice them in a few days. So I had this hunch where I would find them. So I telephoned the policeman, dealt with the things that the others should have done and obviously failed. And so I've made the arrangements with the police myself, along with all the information they couldn't convey because they hadn't managed to deduce anything correctly. And then I got us all disguises in the car, and I have taken us to Miser House, where I have infiltrated the premise on the basis that I am a French chef. And so we have gained entry. I have put them all in my disguises, and we have entered the house. And then, after they failed to search around the house, my comrades that is, I decide to do it myself, and I find the entrance to the cellar. And in there, this hidden cellar in the fireplace, also a hidden room, could be useful later. But down in this hidden cellar in the basement-y thing of this house, we find lots of information and clues that I have pieced together. And in addition to that, we find all of the missing people. So I was absolutely correct on everything I have done so far. Now we all have to do is get them out, and we have saved the day.
That was Françoise starring Françoise. And nobody else. It was all her. Roll your d4.
You know the I figured everything out is going to come back and bite you. Possibly literally, if depending on what we come up with, right?
What did you get?
I'm still getting my dice out of the bag because I came prepared.
Ah. Good to know. Okay, I'll quickly run through sanity then and stuff. Well, that should all be the same, given we're still in on Saturday. Françoise, you have 95 sanity, yes?
I do, yes.
Yep. Perry, you have 70.
Yes, I do.
Pranit, you have 60.
Yes, indeed.
And Winston, you have 82.
Yep.
Françoise is sorting out her luck. Perry, you're on 30.
Correct.
30. Pranit, you're on 19.
Yes, indeed.
And Winston, you're on 12.
Yes.
Okay. Although, good news is your HP is now back up to max.
All of us?
Well, everybody's was on max, but yours wasn't quite because you were still recovering from the major wound. But it just so happens today you're back up to full. I'll just double check that,
Hey.
which may actually be very, very useful for you.
I've just doubled the amount of hit points I had. So yes, that is very, very helpful. It means that I don't have to die quite so quick. Well, actually, depending on what we get involved with here, I might want to die quickly.
We shall see.
Especially if there's no billiard table.
Are you having trouble there?
I'm on my second dice back. The first one I couldn't get open.
Well, we know this is going to go so well.
2.
2.
He's
You're
been on 9.
2 and a broken keyboard.
Well, it nearly
9.
landed in my coffee. It bounced quite high.
Oh my god! Wow, terrible.
Dice, I need my quick hit caffeine for tonight. Your energy.
Yes, so we leave right from where we left off. So we had the two guys down in this hidden cellar. You have uncovered some paperwork because that was kind of the main thing that you were looking for, Perry, but you haven't looked at everything yet, so there's potentially more in here you could find. And Pranit, you were basically on the verge of seeing who it was exactly in these prison cells, as it is quite dark. Presumably it's the people you were looking for, including Yaleesha, but it is quite hard to see. And up above you, because of their failed stealth rolls, you're currently being chatted up a bit, the rest of you, by a couple of servants. Although you're kind of reaching the point with them where
I thought we dealt with them.
Well, you sort of did and sort of didn't. They were still in the room with you.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you intending to do? Were you going to try and disappear down as well?
Well, yes, intending to get down there, but obviously I don't want the servants to necessarily know we're down there. So what are they doing in this room?
They were suggesting about covering up the fireplace with a cloth because you were complaining about it being, causing a problem for the table and things. So one is still in here, the other one is going off presumably to get this cloth to cover it up.
You're disturbing my thought process. Get out of here so I can concentrate. I need to create the vision. I can't do it with you standing over me and that breathing that sounds like a walrus's farting.
I go over to the servant. I say, as you can see, the chef is very particular about what she wants. What she needs, of course, is the perfect backdrop to cover the fireplace, to give the correct ambience. So what we need is a purple cover with gold trim.
Okay. As you're kind of more tactfully explaining to them to get out of here, you suddenly notice some more people start just coming in and filing around the large table, and they're armed. Firstly, there's sort of 3 or 4, then a few more come in, and then in comes Shafiq. The first thing you see is she is kind of just down by her side. She has a huge club with one single protruding nail, possibly, or other sort of sharp metallic sort of modification, addition or so onto this weapon. And she looks at you, Françoise, in particular, and says, Françoise, I could hear you so loudly from upstairs.
Does she call me Françoise or does she call me by
Oh,
the
sorry,
name she knows me as?
Miss LeBlanc. I wasn't sure if you gave her the first name, actually. That's a good point. Yes, I could hear you so loudly from upstairs. I must thank you, by the way. I presume it was you who sent me the telegram, yes? Funny to see another very interested party who happens to be French, although I believe Gavagan has sent a few people to Essex just to double check in case it is indeed another French person. So yes, thank you very much for the telegram. Where are the rest of your party? I believe there were 4 of you who came on the premises.
I will show you. And I start to walk out the room toward the kitchen.
You're immediately kind of two of these, presumably more cultists, kind of step in front of the door. Just tell me where they are and we'll go and get them.
Don't be such imbecile. I don't know what the things are called. This is not my house. I'll show you.
No, in fact, you don't need to show me. We'll find them instead. Feel free to take a seat. Or would you rather be shown to a room, perhaps?
I don't know what it is you are trying to achieve with this interruption.
Taking a seat sounds good. Yes, taking a seat.
If you allow me to speak for just a moment, Miss LeBlanc, then I will tell you what I'm trying to achieve. I am a merciful high priestess, after all. And I believe you are.
That face of utter befuddlement at the contradiction in those terms is actually on my face.
You see, I believe you came here initially for the young dancer, but now part of me wonders if we both have the same motive. You want to take down Gavagan, do you not? He's a dangerous man.
He's a terrible man, I say. Indirectly not answering, but also confirming.
There we go. We are all on the same page. Perfect. Well, I was hoping that you would like to stay for the rites on Monday, or rather, you are going to be staying. You are going to help me take down Gavagan, and if you don't, the dancer will die. Although, I know that you skeptics don't like the idea, but I personally think it would be a great honor to be sacrificed to our great lord.
So you think you are going to sacrifice me?
Well, no, not yet. As long as you do what I say.
So, not yet means yes.
Like I said, Miss LeBlanc, I am a merciful high priestess. anything could happen. It just depends on whether you decide to comply or not.
That is not answering my question.
Fine, I'll be more direct with you. If you do what I say, I am more likely to spare you. You will put me in a good mood.
I see.
Not to be pedantic.
Oh, you are Mr. Greene, I believe. Gavagan's told me a lot about you.
Yes, I don't wish to be pedantic, but I fear that I must try and get some clarification regarding. You haven't actually ruled out our sacrifice.
Well, why should I? It is a grand right, after all. Lots of people do give themselves up willingly, and some, whether you think unfortunately or fortunately, can die indirectly. But it is all a wondrous act anyway, so it is for a wonderful cause nonetheless. I imagined you would have a problem with that, but frankly, I don't really care.
How many of them are in here?
By now, there's about 8 of them, including her.
Okay.
Okay, I'm saying this as player to player rather than character because realistically, I don't think we're getting out of this. I'm almost tempted to try and just shoot her. We may, I mean, we're going to get done in a crossfire, but at least we can take her out.
Don't be a fool.
No high priestess, no ritual, no finishing, whatever the fuck they're trying. I mean, we can hold off, we can play possum until the right moment and then strike, but you know, she looks quite willing to kill us on a whim.
So what is it you will have us do right now then, High Priestess?
Well, you did come a little earlier than I first anticipated. But, again, that is fine. We have good rooms available. Unless, of course, you are bothersome, in which case we may have to downgrade your room to something else. But, yes, I have a plan in mind for how to take down Gavagan, and my associates...
This is my plan.
Yes, I wondered if you would say that.
My
associates here are with me rather than Gavagan, so they will see that you will do what I say, even if you do try and attack me, say.
Why would I be so crude?
Well, exactly, but just in case.
Could I ask? I mean, obviously you're under no obligation to tell us anything, but forgive my curiosity. But what exactly is Gavagan's role in your organization?
Well, he is the one thing standing between me and running this cult. He took over the position from Sir Aubrey, and then when Sir Aubrey left Egypt, he became far too cocky. I have waited a very long time for this, and because of the fact you came over from New York and caused a bit of turbulence, it's actually worked out quite well for me.
So Aubrey was the head of your organization before Gavagan?
I suppose he was, yes. Although there are lots of us in various different places, so he's not potentially the head of the entire Brotherhood.
And where would we find this head? Just hypothetically speaking.
Well, like I said, there are various heads and various branches of the cult. Some I don't believe are around anymore. We are certainly one of the more prominent ones. And of course, we put on the best rites. So you've come at a wonderful time, Mr. Greene.
That's a debatable point, but
I don't know if you ever saw any of the Bloody Tongue rites, but they are crude and reckless, not refined or diverse in its activities.
when you say diverse,
Well, let me explain your role in the rites, and maybe it'll make a little bit more sense. So we usually induct people in at every grand rite, so there is a time dedicated to that. I think that'll be perfect because that is probably the only time where you can get remotely close to Gavagan without him suspecting anything. And he will be unarmed as well. So all you have to do is play the role of a new member, shall we say, and I will ensure that you aren't too badly hit. We do like a little tradition of let's call it beating the sense into you. But I will ensure that my men are at the front rather than his, and then they won't hit you too hard. And then once you have gone through that, you will be able to get to the front and be blessed by Mr. Gavagan. Vying for the perfect moment.
when you say we're going to be hit,
She raises her club a little bit and says, "Do you think it's a metaphor, Mr. Greene?"
I was going to ask whether that was an example of what we were going to be hit with.
Well, yes. And like I said, we'll do it gently.
We're going to do it gently.
I put a lot of trust in my men. And like I said, they will be at the front. As long as you avoid the black robed ones, which are Gavagan's closer henchmen, then you'll be fine.
This wonderfully diverse rite that's going to take place on Monday. Exactly how many people are you looking to bring wonderment to?
That depends how many we induct. I believe there's a few more this month. Normally we have between 50 or 60 people. It will certainly be very energizing.
And what is the nature of your beast? We have dealt with your dragons before. What do we have this time?
Dragons. Oh, I wonder if you mean... Well, it depends what our Lord and Master brings to us. He is the one who decides, not us.
So you can't actually control it. Interesting. I actually thought you were more powerful than that. I see I overestimated you.
I'm just going to make a roll. I know exactly what you're doing, but you know nothing of our cult.
Actually, I beg to differ, but carry on.
So, if you are happy to comply, I recommend that's the way that you decide.
Of course, I am not ready to strike yet. Why would I not comply?
We will keep you under lock and key for now, but I am happy to make sure Mr. Gavagan is unaware that you are here to give us a little edge. And once again, let me remind you that if you do try and attack me, you probably won't win, but also lots of people know what the plan is. They will just ensure that you carry it out anyway.
Yes, so it would be foolish of us to come here with less than lots of people. I understand.
Indeed. Like I said, we are taking care of this Middlesex hotel, just in case you have a backup plan. But I have this feeling it may indeed be you who wrote that telegram.
I do not know what telegram you are referring to, of course.
She holds it up. The one, it says here, can I meet you tomorrow at hotel in Middlesex? It is the utmost importance. 1 p.m. So, roundabout now.
May I?
I do not. Who is Françoise?
May I inspect the telegram?
She sort of tosses it towards you at the table. At that point, she signals to two of the others kind of near you at the behind the chairs, and they start heading down into the basement.
Yes.
As they head to the basement steps, I might do something.
I
Okay.
certainly this is in good, clean, strong grammatical English. You're not expecting an American to be capable of that, and certainly not a French woman.
Well,
no,
not any old French
neither
woman.
one of us were responsible for this. I'm sorry.
Not any old French one, but certainly one who could be, say, fluent in ancient Egyptian. And she looks at you again, Françoise. Meanwhile, Perry and Pranit, you start hearing footsteps coming down. It's a short flight of stairs as well, so you haven't got much time at all. Footsteps coming down.
Right. So as these two people are going down. So as the second one gets to the top of the steps, what I want to do is I actually want to chase them down, but I'm kind of going to push them down the stairs and sort of run over them, as it were. So I want to topple them down the stairs and head down there myself.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I'm just wondering why you're doing it.
Defeat in detail. So we've got an opportunity to take two out, and then we're all in one place, and there's 4 of us against 6 of them, which is much better odds. It's either that or we have to wait for the army to arrive.
If they are going to arrive, but we'll see.
Well, this is it. I don't know for sure if they will. So, and if they do, they're probably going to arrive at a dramatic moment as opposed to when I want them. So,
okay. Okay, you can try and do that because there's 2 of them, and because they're basically just sort of ducking down into this flight of stairs, and it's very, very small. So really, it would need to be an opposed strength roll because there's 2 of them. So if you push
I'm only
one,
pushing the top one.
Yeah, but if there's one in front of him as well.
I see what you're saying.
So
yeah,
it might stop him as well.
Okay, an opposed strength roll. I have just got a regular pass on that.
Okay. And that was with the penalty.
What penalty?
I said a penalty for the die. The opposed strength roll with a penalty.
Oh, I missed the word penalty. Sorry, I might have regrets now. Oh, no, because that was a hard pass, so the penalty is just a pass.
So still a regular pass. Okay, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. Hold on a second. That's the one stat I didn't think to write down. Okay, so yeah, it should be regular strength, but no. Okay. He failed. And but that one very much didn't. That one got a crit. So the first one falls. The other one just kind of braces, realizing what's happened, and just stops himself from falling. Turns around, so he's distracted briefly. And Shafika's just shaking her head at you. Oh, Françoise, I think we need to tame you down a little bit, don't we?
Do we hear all
Yeah,
this?
very much so. It's, like I said, it's only a small flight of stairs.
Pranit, hide.
I'm hiding in the corridor.
Okay.
near the cellars, and then aiming at the flare stairs.
All right. Yeah. Okay. As in with your gun aiming.
With my rifle, yes.
Okay.
I'll,
Perry?
I'll try and hide somewhere in the room if there's it anywhere, behind a bookcase or just in a corner somewhere.
Possibly under the workbench, but it's more kind of like you'd definitely be seen. It's more kind of for cover purposes, really.
Not having a gun, I've only got my knife anyway, so perhaps I'll rush to the corridor where Pranit is, back towards the cells, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. You do that. So meanwhile, up top, so Françoise, one of them kind of comes up to you and starts taking the gun off you.
Wait! I had my gun.
I thought you did have your gun.
Well, that changes things, including my previous action. No, I thought the guns were in the kitchen. That's why I was trying to.
This is what I thought, but then I was thinking about it, and then I thought, oh, maybe you did take it in. I know that Winston definitely has his pistol.
Yeah, I've got mine.
We haven't got a shotgun.
You haven't got the shotguns. Okay.
We can't be wandering around the house with shotguns, so yeah.
Well, this is what I thought. I assumed I
That's
wasn't.
what I thought too. That's what I thought too. But I suddenly thought, being Françoise, is she taking it round the house with her?
Well, no. No. The only thing we did say that we were heading out to hunt, and then we went into the house rather than out.
This is true. You're right.
We had the rifles with us.
In that case, can I shoot him? The one on the stairs.
Sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the YouTube, the last session will check that. We said we were going out hunting, and then we all fucked off into the house.
Yeah, so I kind of like whip it out from under my coat as a surprise move and go. And we'll see if I shoot the ceiling or not. So that would be.
That was a what?
I think I've made an Artex effect on the ceiling.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So.
But I'll use that to intimidate instead of saying, "Not so fast! You are under-equipped for this situation."
I did say that the others were armed as well.
Okay, what with?
With shotguns.
With shotguns. You only described a bat before. Shit.
I said Shafiq. I said Shafiq had the club.
Yeah, they're all armed.
I didn't know that. Right. Okay.
They're all armed.
To be fair, I didn't say.
No.
No, all you said was they were armed.
And then you went into detail about one of the weapons.
You didn't clarify.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
Let's just reimagine this scene.
Yes, let's. So you've just blown a big hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "Not so fast, you are under-equipped for this." And I will aim it at Shafiq then, like, as if, so in the hopes that, like, so what I'm doing is I'm saying you can shoot me, but I will shoot Shafiq. So that's how I reimagine it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, like 3 or 4 shotguns point at you at that point. She rolls her eyes at you. Let's see. In fact, why am I looking at that when really it should be in here?
If they fire, I'm taking the gun out and I'm going out in blaze of glory because it's going to get to that point. But
it might be a very short session, in other words.
I'm going to wait and see if this will actually calm down, because as much as I want to shoot her, I want to see if we can get her in such a way that we don't all die immediately afterwards.
Let's see. Okay. Make me a power roll, Françoise.
0-5.
5.
Extreme success, yes.
Okay, wow. What's your overall power again?
It is 70.
70. Okay. Oh, do I? Oh wait, no, it's fine. Okay, she's got more. So she beats it anyway, just slightly, because she rolled 15. So,
Not getting the luck today, am I?
Wait a minute.
Okay. Okay, so she rolls her eyes at you, and you're sort of brandishing the gun at her, and she starts talking in English to begin with, but then it quite quickly goes into something else completely, some completely primordial language, and you feel in your fingers, it almost feels kind of hot, like searing, burning, and you feel something kind of crawling up your hands, and you realize that they're actually starting to turn black, and it really hurts.
At this point, I kind of stand up and I say, "Enough!"
Can you make me a dex roll, actually, Françoise? See if you drop the gun.
Pass.
Okay, so you keep hold of the gun, but you still lose 4 HP. 4 HP. Yeah, because it's sore. It's like you've put your hands in boiling water.
Okay.
Mr. Greene, I think, has the right idea.
Enough.
Maybe you should use this time to cool off, and then we can speak later.
I still have a loaded barrel.
Yeah, the cultists are trying to sort of wrestle it off you.
Oh, well, if they're coming to wrestle it off me, then it's a gunfight, isn't it? Because I'm pointing it at her.
Yeah.
So if they come closer, it's one warning and bang. So stop or I shoot.
True, although your hands are in a lot of pain and they're kind of sizzled black.
Yes. They come closer and they shoot.
So it's taken quite a lot of willpower to hold it up, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but I passed that roll.
Okay. Right, so Perry and Pranit, so you hear at least one person kind of come down the stairs.
And a shotgun off.
It shall go off. Okay.
No, but Becky's shot her with Françoise shotgun.
The first one from when they were unarmed.
Yeah. Before we came down the stairs. So we're scattering and hiding.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, if someone I don't know is coming down the stairs, I'm aiming there. As soon as I get a clean shot, I shoot.
Okay.
I'm going back towards the cells.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's fairly easy to see that somebody's come down. They're on with a shotgun. And they're blatantly looking for anybody in here.
All right.
Got hidden rules.
I do believe I'm shooting.
Okay. Shoot away, Mr. Dillon.
Right.
Special.
Do I have a bonus for aiming? Because I was doing so.
I suppose, yeah, because it's a small doorway. Then yes, you were aiming, weren't you? Okay.
That's 52, a regular success.
Okay. Okay. You hit.
All right. I'm aiming with my Martini Henry rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 1d8 plus a 1d6 plus 3.
Mm-hmm. Ouch.
It's 11 damage.
Okay, so you kill this guy outright, and he crumples to the floor. Naturally, the rest of you upstairs hear this mystery shot go off.
What are these guys armed with? Shotguns?
Hmm.
Okay, I pause for a moment because all we've heard is a gun go off.
Yeah, you're not sure whose it was.
Yeah. This is where I'm going to get very technical.
Mm-hmm.
And I will accept I might have to make a roll for this.
Mm-hmm.
But the sound of a rifle going off is different from the sound of a shotgun.
It is, yes.
What did I hear?
Make me a no roll.
Really don't want to get a no on this roll. What's that?
You have your bonus die.
What is that? Education or
Yeah.
that's a pass.
Mm-hmm. It was a rifle.
Okay, I allow myself a small smile
Mm-hmm.
because I know it wasn't them shooting.
Françoise, make me another power roll.
Okay. I failed this one.
Okay. Again, Shafiq just shakes her head at you and says, it seems your tenacity has got the better of me, so I'm just going to have to get inside your head, aren't I? And you hear her talk again, sort of slightly different to whatever gobbledygook she was saying. And you really want to shoot somebody, but you want to shoot Winston.
Yeah, at this point, I've got the pistol out. I'm going to shoot Shafiq.
Okay.
And I'm well aware that this could be the hellish tragedy of I shoot Shafiq, but not fast enough for Françoise to shoot me.
We'll
But
see.
I gotta go for it.
We'll see. Let's see. She has got. What's her? Oh yeah. Oh. Okay.
Me to fire?
If that's what you're doing, then yes.
Yes, of course I'm shooting at her. I'm using my bonus die
Okay.
at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled actually more than the fucking first time. And failed both.
You failed both. Okay. I mean, she also failed terribly. So she's fully kind of engrossed in Françoise at the moment. Your gun definitely goes wide. She doesn't seem to react to it, but the others do. And they kind of come up to you, start manhandling you a bit, trying to take your gun off you.
Yeah, I'm going to do what my karate instructor once referred to as hidazuki, commonly referred in Scotland as the Glasgow kiss.
There's 3 of them, but okay.
It only takes one. If you can hit
them 3.
No, if you can hit one, then you can hit one, and then you get enough to get you get enough momentum to take the other 2. I mean, somebody's got to get it. Shock value. They never see a headbutt coming.
Go on, make me an opposed brawl.
I really don't want to. My brawl is shite.
Well, then stop coming up with these ideas. Oh dear. Okay. So.
And I make an extreme pass at it.
Jesus. Huh. Okay. Extreme. So that is. I mean, you don't get an impale or whatever, but yeah, you still roll your damage. So, what is it? 1 1d3 have you got plus your damage bonus? Have you got?
1d3 and 1d4 because I've got the extra.
You do have the damage bonus, okay.
Uh, 4 points.
4 in total.
4 in total.
4 in total, okay. So yeah, you definitely knock one of them back, and it's like, at which the other two kind of get you, you know, each arm.
Yeah.
If you want to wriggle out, you can, but that would be another roll.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Brawling
So
roll?
it'd be another brawl, yeah, another brawl.
Let's just say that these scales have tipped the other way for balance. After doing a fantastic success, I damn near fumbled. I rolled 94.
Okay. Fair dues. Yeah, so it is a bit of a kind of a bit clumsy, but they do eventually kind of get hold of you and they start like moving you away. You hear this voice in your head, Françoise, say to you, I could just get you to shoot yourself if I wanted.
Okay. But is that actually compelling me?
It does, well, it doesn't matter, but that's what she says.
Okay. Because I'll shoot her.
Okay. I mean, she's still got a hold of you. But make me another power roll.
Okay. That is a pass. Yeah, just a pass.
Just a pass. Okay. And she also got just a pass. So I guess you kind of try and aim the gun at her, but you just can't, like, mentally it doesn't make sense, and you actually start rotating the gun up towards your chin, or under your chin. I think I'll just leave you there for a moment and then we'll sort out the others downstairs, shall we?
I'm ready. Do I see the other one?
That's what Shafiq says. But yeah, we might as well do it like that as well. Yeah. So the other one kind of comes down. His gun is readied because of blatantly what's happened.
I shoot him too.
Okay. As does he. Make your roll.
Ooh, that's a crit. I got the 01.
Oh, okay. That's an impale then. So that's max damage plus.
So the max damage is 17.
17?
1d8 plus 1d6 plus 3.
Ah, okay then. It is 17 then. Yeah, so again, you take this one out. Completely. Okay.
I'm just staying behind cover unless someone else is deciding to come down here.
Well, yeah, let's do that actually. So
I'm gonna fill the room with bodies.
So Françoise, you suddenly feel the urge to head back into the basement.
No.
Okay. I'm not going to resist that.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
going to start walking down the steps, but what I'm going to try and fight is the gun. I want to shoot her still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. You can make me another power roll.
06.
06.
That is an extreme. A 05 didn't do it, so I don't see how 06 will help.
No, she got another extreme as well, I'm afraid. I have failed a couple of times. Yeah, you want to get into the basement. It just, again, it makes sense. So you start heading down there. You still got the gun. Although you kind of want to put it down actually when you get down there. But Pranit, since you're keen to riddle the place with bodies. Can you give me a dex roll to see if you realize it's not a cultist before you shoot?
No, I don't.
Okay, make your shot then.
No, I don't.
Okay, so
I hate these days.
fortunately, the bullet goes wide. But then you realize that actually that was a very good thing, because Françoise comes into the room.
I'm still under this control, right?
Yeah. You think you might hear Shafiq sort of behind you, possibly, like following you down.
Okay, well, any moment I can point this gun at her and squeeze the trigger. I am going to take it. That is...
Yeah, she's kind of
That has
keeping
not
her
changed.
distance a little bit. Again, you feel like you want to just put the gun down somewhere, maybe on the table.
No, I really don't.
Power roll.
Failed.
Okay.
I put the gun down.
Yeah, you put the gun down on the bench, and you start walking towards where the other two are, so you don't know that they're there, to sort of go into an empty cell.
What do I see down at the cell end?
Well, now that you're a bit further down, yeah, you can see again there's sort of five people, you think. Some of them are conscious, possibly, or at least louder than the others, just in pain from whatever reason. But yeah, you can just see Yaleesha in one of them. Although she's not really moving much. She's kind of slunk in a corner.
Dude,
You are, sorry?
are the doors locked or bolted? They're locked.
They are locked. Yes, they're locked with a key somewhere. So yeah, you just see Françoise kind of come past you, completely gloss-eyed, and go and sit in an open cell.
Oh, well, before she can pass me, I'll sort of spin her around, grab her arm and spin her around and move her away from the cell. What are you doing? Where are you going? Oh, okay. I'll give her a slap. Try and snap her out of it.
Okay.
She's having a stroke.
Pranit, what are you doing at this point?
What do I do? Is someone else trying to come down?
Yeah, you can hear somebody else coming down.
I hold my position.
Okay. Actually, Perry, as you're slapping Françoise, you notice her hands look kind of black. Almost like wood that's been, that wood that's been burnt. It's got almost kind of like a shiny sort of...
Oh, okay. I'll touch her hand, hold her hand, and see if it's just like a coloring or something.
Please break them.
You're not going to break them, but they feel kind of almost like they've shriveled a bit.
Don't worry about it. I mean, when you say you're touching them, are you just like touching them, or are you really holding them?
No, just sort of like pick it up like that. So it's.
Who needs a slap in the face if you do that?
Give me a sanity roll, Perry.
A sanity roll. Okay, yes, made up before. So it's rigorous.
Okay, still, it really takes you by surprise, this, and you're thinking, what on earth could have done that? You hear this female voice, which you sort of heard earlier from upstairs, say, "So it looks like you are down here after all. You're obviously very close to each other. I do apologize. I had no idea. Shall we show them to their rooms?" And you see more kind of file in and kind of block the way in this corridor, which is a dead end, by the way. There's no way out.
They're coming into the corridor.
Yeah.
Oh,
I shoot everybody. Look at all the fucks I give.
Okay.
was it saying in my mind she was behind me then?
Yeah. She, as in actually saying it.
So
rather
did
than-
I have a sanity loss there? Or...
No sanity loss. But you're momentarily you feel kind of shaken and stuff. Okay.
It's Gallipoli all over again.
It is, yeah.
I'm
Arthur,
holding position. Arthur, I
Make
wish.
me a power roll before you make your gunshot roll, though.
Power roll. Don't like it. Is it, No. Fail.
So, Françoise, you suddenly feel almost like somebody has been kind of grasping your head release. And suddenly, Pranit, you hear the sound of this woman in your head saying, your friends need to calm down. They need to be locked up. You should help.
I guess I am complying.
I'm sprinting for my
Yeah.
shotgun at the moment I'm released.
Okay. Bear in mind, given where you are first you were in the cell, but in this corridor, it's quite confined. There are quite a lot of people in here now, and they're sort of blocking the way. So you could try and push through them, but it was going to be difficult.
Is the first one holding a gun?
Yeah, they're still armed. The only
Okay.
ones that you got rid of, they've kind of almost stepped over them at the bottom of the stairs.
Then I run to the first person and try and take their gun.
Okay. Make me a strength roll. See if you can kind of sprint up to them.
Extreme.
Oh wow, okay. So the shot actually goes off, fortunately missing you. But yeah, if you kind of put your hand on the gun, it feels hot since it's just gone off, and you're kind of trying to wrestle with them a bit now. Pranit, you kind of get your gun up, and I mean, who do you point it at? Perry, Françoise, Winston's not here.
Well, if I'm complying to what the voice said, I'm pointing it at the back of the head of Françoise.
Okay. You see Pranit
Just
point the
standing up
rifle at
and
you.
pointing it.
Can I sort of knock it up with the muzzle of my gun? Just so it goes high.
Sure. I was wrong. You're going to get each other killed rather than me kill you.
Once we sort out our own fight, then we'll deal with the bad guys.
See, if that happens, then at least I can say to my players at Settlers, see, it's not just you guys.
Okay, so you kind of try and knock it up a bit. That's
So
fine.
it goes high.
Yeah, Pranit, are you gonna react to that?
I don't know, I suppose you tell me, because if my focus of attention now is Françoise, I don't have the rifle, I have my hands, so I can constrain her.
Because yeah, I mean, it's only been knocked up, but I guess it's not really been knocked completely out of your hands. It just kind of distracted you momentarily.
All right, so I just pointing it back. If I didn't lost it.
Yeah. Okay. Perry, can you give me a power roll?
A power roll. 64, which I made it by 1.
Okay. You suddenly feel this kind of burning feeling in your neck, or kind of like your chest area, and you're kind of pulling at your shirt a bit. It's almost kind of like really bad sunburn. And what is your thingy? Okay. Okay, so not a major wound, but basically you feel the searing pain kind of spread through your chest,
Right.
like I don't know, like you've been touched with a brand or something, and it just kind of keeps spreading and spreading, and you take 5 damage from that.
5.
5. And you hear Shafiq sigh again and say, "I could do this all night.
Well,
Do you really want to die in such a state?"
How exactly am I embraced?
So, given that people kind of started going down the stairs, you'll be kind of following, again, sort of manhandled by 2 of them.
Yeah, do I have my arms free? Any arms free?
No, given you tried to fire at their mistress, you've got both your arms kind of pinned.
Right, is any of them close to me? Really
Yeah.
close?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to rapidly go into the kind of racial stereotyping that would make Lovecraft proud. I'm going to bite
Okay.
one of them.
You're going to bite one of them.
I'm going right in. I'm going to actually find out just what white men taste like.
Wow.
I'm going right in. I've got nothing else at this point. I'm hoping if I can bite down hard, they'll let go and it'll give me half a chance. I've got nothing else.
Okay.
I'm bound. My legs are being dragged. It's bite or no bite.
Okay. I mean, there's no bite roll because you're not a monster, but yeah, make me another brawl roll.
I'm gonna find out and fucking bite his cloth instead. No, not even close.
Okay. So they kind of, whoever you bite, you do bite them, but it's just a bit kind of a bit of a nibble, dare I say it. They kind of get you almost in like a chokehold, and you feel a little bit kind of like you can't properly breathe. They're not like intending to knock you out or anything, but just kind of holding you even further.
It was a playful nibble.
Playful nibble.
Just wanted to get intimate.
So at that point, back in the corridor, the others, Françoise, you're kind of being pushed back a bit by the one who you're trying to wrestle the gun out of.
Right.
And the others are starting to kind of come forward, almost to kind of box you in even more.
Can I see Shafiq?
In your searing pain, yeah, just about.
Okay, in my searing pain, I want to level and fire the shotgun at her.
It's going to be a penalty given how much pain you're in.
Okay.
Just penalty Shafiq out of existence. Just
What's it? It's just reduce it by a level, is it?
You are, sorry?
You just reduce your result by a level, do you?
No, you roll two D100s and a D10, and you use the worst result.
Okay, well, the first one was the worst result. The second one would have pass. 79.
Yeah. Okay. So yours again goes wide. At which case, a gunshot from one of the henchmen goes off and hits you. So. Oh. Okay, that is a definite major wound. And you are shot back to the point where you kind of go on the floor. Can you make me... actually, hold on. I keep forgetting about this. I don't think you do need to make me a con roll. Because that was 9 points of damage.
ouch.
So you're definitely on 0.
I'm only on 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's a case of whether you do get to make a con roll or not. But I don't believe you do. No, you don't. So you just fly across the room, hit the back. You start seeing, just in the brief sort of dim light, blood starts coming out from somewhere, and you fall unconscious. And obviously the others, you see this happen in front of you.
I am still under control, though.
You are indeed. So at that point, you want to get the others into a cell, basically.
I want to get the others into the cell, you said.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm putting the rifle on my shoulder, taking Françoise and pushing her in the cell.
Okay.
Do I have to make some opposed check to her?
Damn fucking straight you do, because last time I tried to grab a gun, got an extreme success, and I've been bundled by multiple people into the back of a room. I am still fighting.
Yes, you would.
Is that a strength or a brawl?
It would be. I guess it would be a strength more than anything because you're kind of trying to push her back.
I will blow one luck and have another extreme.
Yeah, that's just an hard pass for me.
Okay.
So I'm trying to take his gun instead.
Careful, pistol.
My gun is on my shoulder.
Yeah, and while you're trying to push me, I'm yanking it, elbowing you in the face.
Okay. Meanwhile, you sort of hear a slight sort of choking sound from Winston nearby. You see one of the cultists kind of come by and start dragging Perry into a cell.
Lord, my shepherd, I'll not want.
Okay, Perry, can you make me a con roll?
A con roll. Yes, it's made it by 5, so it's a normal pass.
Okay, good. You're still alive.
Woohoo!
Actually, don't got that really. Okay, a couple more kind of come up to you, Françoise, and like they think like they need more people to try and drag you in. So can you make me a strength roll, please?
I will blow the 8 luck required to turn that into an extreme as well.
Jesus Christ.
How much luck do you have left, though?
None. She has
That was
none.
the
Okay. So you're kind of in a bit of a gridlock.
So at this point,
okay.
if I don't have a gun, do I have a gun? From any of these people that I've extremed all the way. I've been trying constantly, and do I have one or not?
Yeah, you do sort of like you're pulling it off, and they're kind of pushing you as well. But yeah, you do have a bit of the upper hand.
Okay, then I shoot her. I only need one of these shots to hit, and we haven't shot at her yet. Of course, my chances of hitting are actually still really remote.
There's a shotgun on the floor if you can get to it.
Yeah, but we're
Apparently not.
You're in really, it's close range.
Yeah, a shotgun.
Right in there.
Shotgun in that corridor should have.
That's very true, actually.
But there's a shotgun on the floor. I'll drop mine.
I'm not sure. Am I holding one or not?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, then I shoot her.
Okay. I was saying that was a good point about people being in the way.
Oh. Well, I missed.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. None of us are in the way. So you can quite happily have a go at the others.
Okay.
Seriously though, Jason, in an enclosed space like that, and this shotgun on one person surely is hitting somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You do hear the sound of somebody whimpering, maybe one of the cultists, and they think they've maybe taken a bit of friendly fire. But you realize that you sort of click, and you can't hear any more bullets in there.
Mm-hmm. So I use it as a bat.
Use it as a bat. Oh God. Okay.
It's last stand territory. I'm going to attempt the bite again.
Okay. I think because this combat's lasting longer than I thought it would. Let's take a break because I really need a wee. And we'll
Like
All
a
right. And we'll do like proper initiative and stuff.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
bad.
No Steve tonight. Hello.
Hello. So I have to get it, dissect from your character then.
Quite possibly. It depends if the rest of them start cooperating or not, I suppose. Not what I expected, but then players are players.
Yeah, it always goes different to what you expect.
Mm. Yes, indeed.
I've just seen something on Facebook there, which I think is rather apt.
What?
Remember, when you bury a body, cover it with endangered plants so it will be illegal for anybody to dig it up.
Good plan.
And just by way of protecting YouTube and their legal status, that was not us in any way, shape, sense, or form providing any information on how to dodge any sort of nefarious crime.
I'm back.
You need to pull your thing down. I forgot to close the door. Right, I suppose I better take your initiatives.
It's tax, isn't it?
Yes.
65.
50. Need to put your wee mic down, Giorgio.
Yeah, my dex is 265.
Do you want mine? Because I can actually move it at the moment.
Yes, because you'll need to make some con rolls.
Okay, 70.
70. Okay.
You die before we can save you.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
So, Perry, give me another con roll.
What was it? I failed by 6.
Do you want to spend some luck?
Yeah, I think I better.
I bet you do.
Okay.
Some
Just passed.
luck. Yes. Okay. Next up is a tie between Pranit and Françoise.
Françoise can go first.
Yeah, you're under mind control, so I agree. I'm going to... well, if I can't get through to her, I'm going to hit the person who's stopping me.
Mm-hmm. Fair dues. It'll just be a regular brawl check.
Okay. Failed by 7. Not a lot I can do about that now.
Nope. And they hit you back.
Mm-hmm.
What would just be plus? Oh yeah. Oof. Okay. What is it with the unarmed attacks that seem to do the most damage for me? So Françoise, you're actually taken out from that. You take 7 HP.
Okay.
Oh fuck!
So you get a major wound. And you would also need to make me a con roll.
Okay. That is a hard pass.
Okay. All right. So you're still on the floor. You're not able to get up. You know, you're prone. You're dying, but you're still alive.
I yelp.
You yelp. Fair enough. And you're kind of boom, knocked to the floor. So that's 2. So Winston, you're kind of seeing all this happen in front of you. Pranit is acting
Shouldn't it
really.
be my turn?
It will be. I'm just doing
All
this
right.
for kind of flavor, shall we say?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So Winston, you're kind of seeing this all happen in front of you. Pranit's acting a little bit oddly, like he's blatantly. Do you think, I don't know, maybe possessed or something? And you've seen 2 of your comrades go down.
Yeah. From my position as a character,
You said you
all
want
I
to
have
fight me
seen-
again, right?
yeah. From my position, I've seen 2 of my friends go down. One of them appears to be under control, and I've felt that in my head, and I know how bloody dangerous it is. And I'm not exactly feeling the love in the place, so I've decided I'm going to go out, and you know, I'm I'm not going to let my friends down. I'm going to try and finish what they started.
Okay. Have a think about what that is going to manifest as.
First of all,
Pranit.
it's going to mean if I'm anywhere near anyone's testicles, I'm biting them. I've tried to squeeze; it worked. If I'm close enough to bite, I'm going for it.
Just why? Just why?
Okay. Well, before then, Pranit. So yeah, you basically just got 2 people now on the floor. You can easily drag into a cell.
Well, Perry is already in a cell, right?
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right.
All right. So I do believe that I'm taking Françoise by her arms or legs,
Mm-hmm.
which are more reachable, and just drag her in a cell.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And some cultists kind of come behind you with some keys and start like locking her in.
I'm just assuming that I'm still under the influence.
You are, but make me another power roll anyway. Just see if it lasts.
That's a pass.
Okay. Okay, she's going to spend a couple of luck to make it a hard.
All right.
Let's go with 5 luck. So, yeah. So you feel the same kind of thing, in that you wanna get into a cell as well, preferably without your gun.
All right. So I do believe that I just drag Françoise in one of said cells.
Mhm.
I just put my rifle against the wall outside of it.
Yep.
And then I walk into another one.
Cool. Okay, and keys, etc., rustling away or jangling away. So, Winston.
Yeah.
This is all happening in front of you.
More realistically, I'm just trying to kind of push these guys off. You know, whoever's holding me, and try and wriggle free of them.
Yeah, they start frog marching you to the cells as well, but make me another brawl.
Just straight strength or brawl? Yeah.
It'd be brawl, yeah, because they're moving with you as well as you're trying to pull.
I hate this game so much. I rolled embarrassingly badly.
Oof, okay. Okay, so you get slightly free of one of them, but the other one's got a decent hold, and he actually just punches you in the stomach to stop you from wiggling.
I look at Shafiq.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at her and say, "There is but one God, and I defy yours."
Oh no.
When you're dragged into another cell and the door's locked, she looks at you and says, "Well, I know that you have your own beliefs, but you can't deny what you've surely seen after Mr. Elias exposed you to such things. This is real as well, isn't it?"
Evil is real. Doesn't mean I stand with it. I stand firm against it.
It will be interesting to see what plan our Lord has in store for you. I would love to find out, but that is his whim. And she heads off with the others. Pranit, you kind of come back to your senses. And you can sort of, if you want to reach through your bars to the other 2, they're not in a particularly good state at all.
The other 2 being Françoise and Perry.
And Perry, yes.
Are we all in the same cell, or?
Pranit said that he went into one next to you, but I'll say that, yeah, okay, the 3 of you are kind of bundled into the same one.
Okay.
All right, so I try to reach to Perry to see if if he's fine, if he needs any kind of assistance.
He needs first aid badly.
For just a sec.
You took 3 damage from that punch to the stomach, by the way, Winston.
All right. So I believe I'm attempting first aid without having it. So I wish I was Arthur. Badly.
Yep.
So do I.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a regular pass.
Okay.
That's a
Parry is-
27 out of the base 30.
Parry is stabilized. Françoise, however, is not coming round at the moment. Did you want to try first aid as well, Winston?
Yes, I will. I'll try first aid on.
Okay.
It has to be said that I only have base first aid as well. So
Yeah.
I just want to say,
But bonus die, right?
not anymore.
Oh, you used it.
You used it.
I
Yeah.
used it,
For once. For
I used
once.
it, and it absolutely screwed me. No, you don't want me anywhere near you. I
Okay.
rolled 97. You don't want me anywhere near your wounds.
Let me just touch that broken nose, see if it is
Yeah.
broken.
I was going to say, it probably is a broken nose. Françoise, can you make me a con roll?
That is another hard pass. In fact, I rolled exactly the same thing I rolled last time.
You're just invincible, aren't you? Okay. Pranit, I'll give you another chance if you want to try first aid on Françoise. The fact she's passed the con roll so well meant that Winston hasn't completely messed things up.
We can't see shit, Becky. Oh, it's a 20. All right.
We like it.
Dice cam's back.
Yeah, I'm trying on Françoise. Hopefully. That's a 30.
Yeah.
Not one more, not one less.
So it's a dead on pass, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So both of you are now stabilized and both of you have 1 hit point. But you both have major wounds, as you can probably imagine. And you're going to need to seek medical attention fairly soon. So in terms of being able to move around very much, it's not going to be particularly plausible.
I find myself a nice corner and I sit down and I take a nice look around and I say, well, Pranit,
What just happened?
Harry, Françoise, just a thought. What do you think of our accommodations here at this wonderful holiday home?
How did I get here? Exactly.
It's a question that we're all going to be asking ourselves for a very long time, I think. The upshot is that I think our esteemed hostess can really impress upon you a certain wish. I think she can control minds.
Well, that's a first.
Dramatic irony.
It's I don't know if it was exactly the same thing, but I certainly felt something similar when we were in Peru. So,
I do believe I felt like I was compelled and pushed to do something, but I don't recall any of it. First, I was shooting people coming down the stairs, and then I'm here.
yeah.
So I don't know exactly how I got here, though.
Here's the highly edited version. We came, we saw, we got locked up.
You do hear the sound of, you think, Yaleesha kind of trying to pull herself up a bit, and she's clinging onto her own bars. What did you think you were doing? You don't understand, they're too powerful.
We do understand it now, though.
We
Thank you.
We almost had them.
Guys,
We were so close.
We were that close.
guys, do not panic. I already made a backup plan.
Mm.
I arranged it before we came.
What is this plan? I imagine you were coming to rescue me, right?
Did it ever go?
Well, I mean, there were a few things we were hoping to do here. Certainly, rescuing you was right up there, at least in the top.
This is why we came, you bloody idiot.
And here,
I see that bump in your head hasn't improved your humor.
You can feel, well, more like smell than anything. You can smell blood, like in your nose, Françoise. You think your nose might be broken?
Yes, I think I will have at least one black eye.
My beautiful nose, it's
And two
broken.
black hands.
So what's your plan?
Yet.
What's your plan, Françoise?
We have to survive until Monday. I was hoping to get them out before Monday when all the other cultists will be here. But now it seems we are stuck here until then. So, on Monday, when the army arrives, we will make our move.
Yeah. There's just one small snag.
We cannot guarantee they will arrive.
Okay, there are two small snags.
or find the cellar because it's hidden behind the fireplace.
No, I was thinking more about the fact that both of you don't look in any fit state to do anything other than amble.
Well, we have 2 days to try to recover. So if you don't mind, I'm going to sit in this corner and bleed.
I mean, from a mechanical point of view, you're not going to recover. Certainly not yet, because they're major wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're living on hope and borrowed time. I am going to get on my knees and I am going to pray. I was going to do the I am jolly prayer, but I'm not going to. The oh God, give us a break. But I am going to pray to God for guidance and just for once, just a little bit of help, just something, even if it's just making sure the army turn up, just something. Send a fog so the other bastards can't actually find the house before Monday. Anything, something.
What we need to do is to make sure when we attack her, that 3 of us attack her at once at least. Because when I tried, the last thing I could do was actually shoot her. That was very frustrating. To be honest, it kind of pissed me off. So.
What's your plan, Françoise? I mean, I suppose she talked to you upstairs. What did she tell you?
She was being all bravado. She definitely thought she wants to get rid of Gavigan.
You mean Gaviscon?
Yes. Yes.
As we suspected, there is a power play going on in this organization. It seems Sir Aubrey, the previous head of the Penyu Foundation, was the head of this particular organization, and when he disappeared, Gavigan took over. And from what we heard from Shafiq, he has a very different managerial style. And she wants rid of him. And I have a feeling that he maybe suspects that because obviously he wants rid of her. The thing is, she has her people here and he has his people coming as well. His people will be in black robes.
We need to play them off each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When he gets here, if we get the opportunity beforehand, we say we got locked up because we were on his side.
Yeah, we got to force it.
We simply say we turned up early for the meeting, and that she locked us up because we were because he is back in our expedition and so on.
Yeah, it is literally. I think it's the only card we have left to play, is to try and bounce them off one another, and hope that they're too busy dealing with each other to worry about us, or at least long enough that we can actually do something, and hopefully the army will come.
My last concern, though, is that come Monday, we will have another beast to deal with. Apparently, she cannot control which beast. She is not very good, I think.
Well, I was wondering, in our attempt to play the one off the other, would it be interesting, if we could perhaps sort of sell the notion, just subtly, that maybe she would be a perfect sacrifice on the night.
Yes, we present ourselves as allies to Gaviscon.
Yeah.
I will sort of reach into my coat and pull out those pieces of paper I found on the desk and pass it to Winston and say, well, you might want to know that Gavagan, nearly called him Gaviscon, Gavagan killed your friend Jackson, or had the New York cultists kill him. And I'll pass those pages to Winston so they can catch up.
It was on his orders? Bastard.
We can't really, we can't really let either of them. There is no...
If I survive this, then please, whoever gets the chance to kill Gavigan, give me the chance to issue the order.
I think you just did. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a good guy and a bad guy here. We have two rather nasty individuals. I don't want either of them surviving this. And the reason I say not surviving is there's a part of me that would love to take, he goes to prison and all the rest of it. But the fact is, if he goes to prison, all he's going to have is a whole prison full of possible acolytes for his cult. I mean, God knows what would happen if he could actually get prison on his side. You'd have a riot and a jailbreak before they could break bread in the morning.
We may be limited on what we could do because the army will be here. But yes, our mission when it happens on Monday will be to kill the High Priestess and Gaviscon in all the carnage that will unfold when whatever beast they summon arrives.
Here's hoping that whatever arrives will want to chomp down on the cultists, will want to chomp down on maybe the army. They knew what they were signing up for when they joined. And perhaps get the other prisoners here and ourselves the heck out of there. But first and foremost, we've got to try and play these two off each other as much as possible. They already distrust each other, although they're trying to put a public face on it. I wonder if, I mean, she clearly wants to make a power play for him, possibly using Monday as as the time.
Of course, using Mondays. This is not in doubt. What is new here?
Well, the thing is, if she's going to do that, if he's figured that out, and there's nothing to suggest he hasn't, then we won't actually have to do much. We just have to nudge. Because they're already paranoid about each other as it is. A little nudge here and there, and I think we can.
Of course,
it off.
we have established this. We all agree.
I feel like I'm caught in the middle of something here.
We already all agree. Why are we going over the same thing?
Just clarifying. Hello, Braden.
Good day, mate.
Oi, mate.
Evening.
You came to hear the juicy parts.
They're a little fucked.
Yeah, when you're
Just a tad bit. So much.
So, hours go by, you think. For some, it's slower than others, given how much pain you're in. Occasionally, some servant comes down with a bit of water, morsel of bread, that kind of thing.
No proper meal for the condemned.
don't seem to be that worried about keeping us alive for Monday. So, as long as you've got two of them.
Maid, just a thought. Maid, just a thought. Listen,
What?
our two friends here are very badly hurt now. I'm not sure what the standard procedure is for these rites, but I would suggest maybe that whoever they're praying to might not want less than fit gifts. Would it be possible to get a doctor down here to have a proper look at them?
She looks at Perry in particular and says, "Oh yeah, he's lost quite a lot of blood there."
Yeah, he's there's not an awful lot we can do in a cell. Could you possibly get a proper medical person down here to have a proper look at them, please?
Can you give me a persuade roll?
Dice don't fail me now. And that is a hard pass.
Okay. She says, "Well, his heart seems all right, but yeah, I see your point. They might want to drain some of it, and if there's nothing left, there's nothing left to drain." And she goes back up. You assume with the intent to get somebody else down.
Yep.
See if you can also sort the food out. This English cuisine is terrible.
Well, it's certainly it's certainly not the best.
Something from a more civilized country, perhaps.
Yes. Could we have some food, preferably not from France?
Says the American. Says the American.
Hey, the condition they're in at the moment, they would take a hamburger and like it.
Okay. So maybe another half an hour passes or something. And then you hear the sound of somebody coming down the stairs and coming round. But before they fully kind of emerge, you hear maybe like a coat being taken off or something, like a bit of like rustling, like fabric. But anyway, around comes Gavagam with his
She is
jacket
playing
taken
you.
off.
Immediately, as soon as I see him, she is playing you.
And is this Dr. Pelletier by any chance?
Oui.
Bien sûr.
I finally get to meet you. I believe you asked the kitchen for slightly better food, and he reaches into his trouser pocket and pulls out a couple of small pork pies.
English shit. I toss
No.
it to Perry.
Not for you, then.
Yes.
You also asked for a doctor.
Yes, I mean,
Here I am.
Well, of course. Do you know? We discovered the plan was to kill you.
I'd
This
stand.
is why we are in here.
I stand away from the door so that you can actually enter.
Okay. So he does, but he keeps an eye on you, Winston, given you're kind of the most mobile at this point. I'm stronger than I look, old boy.
I don't doubt it. Probably.
But yeah, he
as well.
he goes towards Perry first. Yes, that won't do. That won't do. And you notice he puts a hand on you and he starts muttering some sort of prayer, you think. And it's kind of weird. You don't feel like you're being healed from nothing, but it's like you're paying a cost somewhere else. And it kind of makes you feel a little bit dazed. Okay. So basically, you get 3 hit points back, and I'll say that you've technically got medical attention, but you lose 3 magic points.
Okay. Oh, what did you do?
Well, I think you would look a little bit shriveled and not particularly suitable for a decent sacrifice, unless I plump you back up a little bit.
She is going to use her power of mind control to make us kill you.
Well, of course she is. I know what she can do.
That is why she looked us up. We discovered this.
Yep.
Well, what would you rather I'd locked you up instead?
Why were you planning on getting us to sacrifice her?
I am still thinking about that. It seems daft using you when I want to get rid of you anyway. I mean, really. You
Okay,
walked right into my house. I
we
wasn't
arrived.
expecting this.
We arrived for the meeting.
We just got early because we were afraid of arriving late, so we got here a little early.
2 days early.
Yes.
I sent you the telegram and everything.
Yes,
wasn't going to be late.
You did. I assumed it was you, but
To meet
given
us
you've
here.
come, well,
To let you know I was coming here.
because the fact that you all work together and the fact that I know that you were speaking with this young dancer under the eaves.
Oh, yes, she gave me this cock and bull story.
He sort of looks at you a bit. But he says, isn't it obvious you came up here early because you knew she was missing?
Why do I give a shit about her?
Well, you sort of.
I think you do maybe a small amount. She's a poor helpless girl and we've taken her from you.
I do not fancy her.
I'm not a homosexual.
To take me for some kind of homosexual?
Anyway, he kind of starts coming up to you and then is a bit reluctant and says, "May I?"
Absolutely not, you crazy buffoon. Your
Very
thinking
well.
is all messed up. What is wrong with your strategy? You need help. I can give you that help.
Dr. Gavigan, in spite of
Yes.
my colleagues' objections, my position regarding both of them still stands. Whilst Mr. Astor would probably need more medical attention, Miss Pelletier certainly does need medical attention. And in spite of her protestations, I would ask that you...
Oh, shut up, you imbecile. Look, Gavigan, you need us. You need my help. You are playing this all wrong.
Well,
You've come to the wrong conclusions with the wrong information.
I don't think I do need your help, Miss Pelletier. I have already completed the majority of what I need to do. This is simply the aftermath, the celebrations. I know that you were trying to work out what I was doing, but you were too late on the most part.
There is an old parable. Of a man who is...
You know what? Before you go to the parable, Winston, I just have something to say. When we are in a position for 3 or more, we said. You remember what we were saying? When there was 3 or more of us could do it once.
Yes.
Well, let's fucking do it. And I punch him.
Okay. Bear in mind, given you've kind of refused medical treatment, it's gonna be a penalty for you, definitely.
Sure.
But yeah, you can make me an unopposed since he wasn't expecting that.
Oh, fucking disadvantage.
Let's do what? Kill me? Even if you do kill me, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it does not matter?
My work is done. The part of the plan that I was meant to fulfill is in place.
What did we miss then?
As I said, Mr. Gav,
What did you miss?
What specific handout did we miss, Mr. Gavigan?
as I said, Mr. Gavigan, there is the old parable of a lame man who was told to walk around a church 7 times. He went round the first time, didn't feel any different. Around and again and again and again, and he didn't feel any different. But upon going round the 7th time, he found himself cured. The moral of that story, Mr. Gavigan, you haven't went round your 7th time yet.
That was the weakest intimidation I ever heard, and I'm on your side. What the fuck is this? We were supposed to all eat him.
He'd kind of stepped up by that point anyway and was starting to close the door. And he takes out a little handkerchief and just sort of wipes his hand a bit and mops it. I'm assuming that's from the Christian God, right?
The God, yes.
See, that was the thing about gods made by man. At least the ones with multiple gods in each religion made more sense. I never understood the monolithic ones.
Okay, just me that can hear screaming of souls in the background.
Yeah, there was something there. Yeah, and he walks off.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Why did you not eat him?
You're not in any fit state.
Oh no! The biggest fighter in the room is the girl. Fucking idiots.
I forgot to say, Winston, you get a bonus die for the parable. Françoise, you get a bonus die because
Because you're a dick.
I'm managing maintain my, whenever I lose a bonus die, I get another one.
So,
Keep you
all
consistent.
of these different cults are doing their part to face the Black Pharaoh.
Yeah. Yes, it could be. Yeah. They're all building towards something.
Something probably being the manifestation of their god, as they said.
Yes.
Still, I do believe that it is odd that Gavigan is not concerned with Shafiq manipulations.
I can only think he's got as I suspected, that he's, and he actually said he's well aware of her intentions. I think he has. I think he's ready with his own plan tonight for Monday.
Oh, and sorry, girl, it did not actually mean the shit I said to him. Whatever your
She's
name
sort of-
is.
she's sobbing at this point.
I'm sorry. I'm still not homosexual, but I am sorry.
How could you say these ruthless things to me?
I will still get you out of here, as I promised, somehow.
How exactly?
I
We're
think
doomed.
With
we
guile,
need to-
wits, and faith.
we have one more ace up our sleeve. And with a little bit of luck,
Which I don't have left.
I will be relying on Pranit's luck.
Oh, I've just remembered. Can all of you make me a spot hidden roll, please?
Ooh. Oh my god, I rolled 99.
Lol.
Whatever it was, I've stepped on it. Broken it.
That's a pass.
Okay, that's a pass.
That's an extreme pass.
Ah, okay. So, Perry and Pranit, you notice just again, kind of the light is low and it took you a while to notice these, but you think you can see a bunch of keys. They're out of reach, but they're kind of at the end of the corridor on a hook somewhere. As for the extreme, Winston, you notice Françoise, and indeed you did step on it, kind of step on something, and you can just sort of see something sticking out, like something leathery.
Okay, just clear it and get a better view of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm able. I'm going to get up and walk around the cell a little bit and try and look up the corridor. Is there anyone in the room at all? Any guards down here? We just left alone.
No, not at the moment. It's just you guys. And now I have to remember who the hell it was. So yeah, you find a wallet, Winston, which Françoise appears to have stood on. And if you have a look through, it seems to belong to an Inspector Gregory Munden.
Gregory who?
Gregory Munden.
The one in charge of the Egyptian murders before Barrington.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that answers one question, possibly.
A question nobody was asking.
Possibly because we missed an important clue earlier on.
Still, Jason, the hook with the keys, is it close to some of the cells?
I'll say yeah, like
Not
there's some that
necessarily
definitely-
ours.
No. There's some people though that are closer to them than yourselves.
All right. Maybe Yaleesha is one of them.
At a push, there's a couple of others that are a bit closer though.
So the cells are full. Is there people there? in there.
Yeah. You can see there's 4 other guys in there.
All right.
You think might have been the ones that the owner of the Blue Pyramid Club mentioned, because there were a few he said that were taken.
So I try to get their attention in English first.
Okay. They sort of look up a little bit. They start muttering in Arabic.
So I talk to them in Arabic
Okay.
because I can, because I'm a
Because
badass.
you can, yes.
You can do magic too?
I can do what?
Magic too? Control minds and ill bodies?
I wish.
What do you
I'm
want?
confused now.
I asked them kindly if they can try and reach for the keys.
Okay. They sort of look and they think it might not work, but one tries to reach, kind of comes to the bars and try and reach out. As he's reaching out, though, Perry, you can see more of his face now, and you see him as the man who shot Arthur.
Uh-oh. Avenge me, brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were on. Oh, it must be Shafiq's men then. I'll whisper to the others that that's the guy that shot Arthur when in London.
Yaleesha says, in English, Yaleesha sort of whispers and says, yes, they were the ones who didn't get caught by the cops.
Okay. When we get out of here, if they're still with us, Inspector Barrington can have a nice, quick rest.
They're not going to let us out, though, are they?
Well, their allegiances might have changed over the last few hours, given their circumstances.
Sometimes these people will sacrifice themselves voluntarily.
Oh, actually, no, maybe. Yeah, so he's reaching as far as he can, and he's almost there. He can't quite reach them. Like, if they were closer, he could definitely get them. There's no issue, but it's just the distance is too much. He kind of puts his arm back in and starts crawling around, possibly for like some debris or something.
Try harder.
Is the gun still lent up against the...
It is.
So can we reach that?
Not from where you are, but you could pass him the gun.
Okay.
Yep.
I take the shells out.
Okay.
Pocket them.
And
then I pass the gun over.
Because this is the rifle, yes, it's even longer.
Mm.
Okay, so presumably you explain what you're doing, and he, well, as in Arabic, because he doesn't really understand you, but he takes the gun.
Well, I can't.
How about French? A proper language.
He actually does speak a bit of French.
Of course, we colonized half your continent. So,
if he doesn't understand English, then we're going to say, then I'm going to kindly whisper, and when we get out of here, we're going to have a small discussion about Arthur.
So he does pass. So he manages to just unhook the keys, and they slide down, and he starts like getting them off and trying to work out which one is his cell door, and somebody else is sort of arguing, no, it's that one, it's that one. And he's sort of quickly like trying to get them out. Let's see how long he takes overall. Okay, not too long actually. So it's a couple of fumbles, but then he gets like the right one, puts it in, and it seems like he just wants to try and make a break for it himself with the guy in there.
to need these in order to get out of here.
What, the shells?
Yeah, the bullets.
I just tell them directly that the two of them can do nothing upstairs without the help of the rest of us, so they'd better get us free first.
Yep. Strength in numbers and all that.
Okay. So yes, they eventually let you out. Takes a bit longer, about like 20 minutes or so to get each key the same and blah blah blah. So do you give them the shells?
No, take the gun.
I'm just making sure.
I'm taking my rifle back.
I'm just making sure.
Is my other shotgun still over on the side?
You don't know if it's yours, but there is a
Yeah.
shotgun. Yeah.
All right,
It's-
grabbing that.
I'm
we also need to
taking
get
my
the dancer
rifle
out.
back.
Yep.
I'm
Is my-
taking my rifle back.
I assume I don't have my auto.
No, you don't see the pistol. And Perry, yeah, the rifle is there.
You
My
can get
shotgun's-
my knife, Winston.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Santa.
We got the
Okay.
dancer out as well, and we've all got a weapon. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So there's no one else left in these cells.
No, nobody else.
many
I
people-
talk directly to the Egyptian guys, saying that if they try to pull any kind of number on any of us, they're getting past me first and karma after.
Yes. Okay. We get it. We won't do anything.
How many people we got with us now?
So there's four men. Some of them more wounded than others. There's Yaleesha as well. It's almost like the Harlem Hellcats all over again. Yeah, one of them actually has kind of gone over to a corner of the room you hadn't looked at before, and is just staring at this sort of 6-inch high bust of basically a pharaoh, but in complete black with this headdress kind of coming down. You think it's carved from ebony, and you think he's saying a prayer in Arabic, almost like he doesn't want this thing to kill him.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
have mercy on me, that kind of thing, for what I'm about to
Alright.
do.
So as soon as he's finished that prayer, I'm yanking that statue. I want it.
Okay.
If nothing else, I'll sell it back to Gavigan later.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. There's also a couple of other sort of busts and statuettes on this table. One of them is carved from marble, which it seems to be almost like a crocodile-headed man of sorts.
Huh.
There's also a sort of a portion of broken stone, but more in a tablet shape. Various hieroglyphs and also lots of inverted ankhs on this.
All right. So we need to take that.
But what I was going to say, I know you probably want to translate it. There's quite a lot of damage on this stone as well, so I don't know if it would be readable.
No, but it's got something absolutely essential. It's got heft.
It's got heft, okay. You also notice 2 scepters resting on this sort of rather plush-looking cushion. One of them is in the shape of an inverted ankh at the top, and the other one is almost like a shepherd's crook of sorts, but obviously not as long. It's sort of more handheld.
Yeah,
I believe we are yanking those.
yes, I kind of like the feel of that.
I was hoping that maybe they might use them for their sermon if they haven't got them.
Yes, it will piss them off, and I like the sound of that. Also, the ankh means life, right? So this is the opposite.
Yes, it will be death, plus again heft.
I did wonder what the opposite of life was. Thank you for clarifying.
There's also a few.
It's just as well. It's just as well. Winston has a good opinion of himself. There's a decent amount of self-esteem.
There's also a few trunks that are kept under this long desk where you found the paperwork earlier, Perry.
Okay.
And they basically contain books, scrolls. If you kind of start looking through them, they're all in different languages. So Arabic, English, Hebrew, French, German, Spanish, etc.
I think there's one book we're looking for.
Yeah,
There is.
to say.
You don't find L'Equinox Divise, if that's the one you're thinking of. You do find one that potentially could be relevant. There's not many here that really relate to anything, creepy or what have you, or anything to do with the cults. Pranit, you can read it since it's in Arabic, but it translates as Song of the Jinn.
What does it say?
Well, you'd have to go and read it.
All right,
I'm
let's.
doing it.
I
We grab a
suppose-
handful of books and we light a cigarette and set fire to the rest.
Fair enough. As
It
per-
is
as
behind
per
the
reading
fireplace after all.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem.
I wrote Jean correctly on my first go without reading it.
Oh, awesome. Note.
Yes.
I'm just double checking there's not another book, but no, there isn't. Okay, so you've taken some handfuls of books. Who is holding onto the scepters and the bust?
I'll carry the statues in my coat if they fit.
Sort of.
First, can I have the scepters?
I'll take the shorter one with the shepherd's crook.
Okay,
Oh, we'll split them up. That's a good idea.
so Winston and Perry are taking the scepters.
All right, then you can carry one of the statues, Pranit. I got the onyx.
I'm gonna have the tablet as well.
Okay, you're gonna have the tablet.
My inside pocket to deflect bullets.
Well, either that, or I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to just prove how much heft it's got by weighing it down on somebody's skull and hieroglyphing them to death.
You also see the plants again, the weird sort of plants, Perry, sort of spiny and diseased looking. Around them, there's a string of like ingredients. You think possibly like sort of metal tubes, jars.
Can we chuck them in the fire we just started in that trunk full of spells?
Sure.
This is like stuff you found last time.
You'd need to make me some kind of roll for that. Probably biology. I don't know. Biology, I think.
Are we back in the hall?
No, this is still in the basement part.
I would say that we have some fun with all this nice fiery thing. Let's start setting fires to things when we get up there, like the curtains and so on. Let's kiss this thing goodbye. Because it's not going to take much. These old houses, even then, a lot of wood. This thing will go up like a fucking tinderbox.
It's treated words. It's hard. It's hundreds of years old.
I know, but I'm hoping by instinct they'll try and put the flames out, which will have them going there when we could,
It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm more worried about these accoutrements of their magics.
Yeah. Oh no, let's burn them. Let's get them.
Genghis Khan this shit.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, therefore I destroy it.
As you start throwing them into the fire, you notice that a couple of vials have got these strange star-shaped designs kind of drawn on them.
Checking into. We do not know what they are.
No?
Oh, I'm sure it would help us if we kept them. Because we absolutely can have laboratories and scientists at our disposal to understand this shit.
Yes.
You can make me a Cthulhu Mythos roll if you want.
Oh, true.
Can we ask?
Mythos. Yep, I failed that by a large amount.
Can you what, sorry, Perry?
Ask any of the other prisoners what they are. Like, was it Yaleesha or what's she called?
They're unsure. They think it might be something protection related.
Okay, I'll grab the couple files and I'll pocket them.
Okay. And yeah, you start sort of making a little fire. It's obviously getting very smoky in here now, so they start heading on up. Are you literally then wanting to kind of start a fire and then get out, or is there anything you want to do first before, shit hits the fan, shall we say?
I'm trying to give another look around the room if we missed something before we burned the whole thing to the ground.
Yeah, before we set...
Go on.
I just want to say, before we set light to it, can Harry just whip up the stairs, make sure the door at the top isn't locked?
That's a fair point. Yeah, it's not locked. There's not really any way of locking it. There's a way on the other side and your side to kind of do the mechanism and open it. Yeah, just a reminder, you've not looked at all upstairs. If you want
we
to.
haven't. I want to actually just check that other secret room, just make sure it's still empty as we get to the fireplace.
It is still empty, yes.
Okay. So the thing is, we came here to rescue people, and really we need to get them out. So the question is, do we continue our investigation? Given the state we are in?
As soon as they
Sorry,
realise
this seems to be just me actually in a bad face. So,
as soon as they realise they've gone, then there's going to be all hell's going to break loose.
What do you want to do? Come back on Monday when there's more of them?
Come up with the army.
If
What
they come.
army? No army is coming. You know that, and I know that.
We have rescued the person now.
Yeah. Barrington said they had 2 people here. 2. That's not an army.
No, but Françoise arranged for the army to turn up on Monday.
Yeah, local.
Well, not turn up, but he said he would contact them. Oh, question actually. Did you take the inspector's wallet with you?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Oh God, yeah, that was back pocketed immediately.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Just making sure.
Any money left within it was pocketed as well.
I wonder if this house has a telephone. Was there a telegraph wire?
I do believe that the best thing we can do is climbing out the, what was it called, the coal chute, climbing it out and then make a run for it. If we have enough luck, we still find the truck out there. We can climb up there and then run through the gate.
Bear in mind, to get to the coal chute, you'd have to come out of the secret basement, go down into another basement.
Yeah,
it's not accessible from here.
Yes, but
I know the other way is going out from the main door.
Okay, yeah.
Or we go through the window.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the window. I forgot about the windows. I'm so sorry, Françoise.
Have you not noticed that these are have not even invented double glazing yet?
In terms of a phone, you don't remember seeing like a telegraph wire, but given how rich Gavagan is, it's still quite possible he might have one installed here.
That is the other possibility. If we could look for a telephone and contact the police that way. Say we have found her and we need help escaping.
I like the idea. Of course, there is one major stumbling block.
We don't know where there is a phone.
Well, there's that, and what if they find us first?
That is what the guns we are holding for, but we will probably lose again. Let us get out of here, through the window. I get the statue of the Black Pharaoh, I wrap it in curtain, and I smash the window.
Okay.
It just opens. It's like,
Yeah.
You know,
in-
it just opens. You know, see,
Well,
they have made latches.
inside, you can just catch it.
No, this was a grand hall, so maybe
Yeah,
not
Great
actually.
Hall.
Great hall,
Yeah.
yeah.
Would be a once.
Okay. Well, yeah,
They might
it's up
have
to you.
concrete at the top for letting air in to air the place out, but it might just be one sheet.
Or you might need a pole to get whatever window turning thing or whatever. So if the windows cannot be opened quickly, I smash them with the statue wrapped in a curtain.
They have small openings that maybe the smaller of you could fit through.
No, all right, let's make it a bigger opening then, because glass back then was like very brittle.
Okay. Q. So you smashy bashy. Can you make me a stealth roll, please?
We're
Is
down
that all?
here.
We're down here. We're just gonna smash the window and just
That's a pass.
Okay.
Are we all doing this?
Well, no, it was mainly Françoise, but in terms of getting out and moving around, you need to make your stealth rolls anyway. By this point, it's dark, so I can say that you get a bonus die.
All right.
Wow. Oh, in that case, I extreme.
That's hard for me.
Okay.
Just a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Winston.
sorry, guys. I rolled 85 in my first roll and 83 with a second. That just
Wait, how?
Eh?
How can you roll 85 and 83? You just roll the tens die, not the units.
Oh. That's some fail anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still a fail.
Fair. Okay.
It's 45 instead of 85.
Okay, so what I'll say is that you kind of try and get out, but you snag a bit of your shirt on a bit of glass, and you can just feel a little cut just start, and you kind of
Lord help me.
But you do get out. Still rolling. Okay. You kind of bolt out, presumably then thinking that people have heard. And yeah, you start sneaking around. Are you heading straight back to your car?
We'll run to where the car was, because that's likely to still be there. And if not, maybe the van is.
So the car is sort of tucked away near the front of the house.
Yeah, pile into that.
Is the lorry still there?
No, by that point it wouldn't be.
Any other vehicles?
Yes, Gavagan's rather fancy ass car.
Slash the tires.
Sits around the front. You slash the tires. It's a very nice car. I'm just trying to remember what type it is actually, just to make it even more painful for him.
Do the other guys want that one? Because we can't get everybody in the car. There's like 9 of us.
Car.
Oh, that's a good point.
They can ride the sideboards and we can karma them once we're up to speed.
Bearing
in mind, they've already crashed through an optician's window once, so we'll send him into a rose bush this time.
He's got a Bentley blue label Tourer.
Okay, but he hasn't got the tires.
No, he doesn't have the tires anymore. In terms of Bentley wouldn't be automatic, would it? So in terms of keys, no, the keys are not in there.
And nothing would be automatic back then. Or they'd be push start with the crank.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, that's the point. Would this car be as well?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
They were
All
the
right.
norm. They were the
Doesn't
norm.
take long. Doesn't take long to start it, but
No.
yeah.
Noisy bastards.
Okay. Well, no, because you seemed intent on taking the keys as well, and obviously there aren't any keys. So, are you still slashing the tires? Then?
You still don't you still have a key even on the push crank thing? Because I think you still have a key for security.
Yeah, because anyone could just nick it otherwise, couldn't they?
That's true.
Turn the electrics on, I expect, wouldn't it? Because it still needs to catch a spark, doesn't it? So you turn the
I
electrics
don't know these things.
Well, I don't know. It's a bit before any of our time as well. But from what I believe, you still need a key. Then there's you prime the engine somewhere in the cockpit, and then you turn the crank.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if there's something to do after that, or whether somebody needs to be holding the clutch down or some shit like that in order for it. But I don't know.
It's a two-person job. One's got to be there to prime it. One's got to be there to crank. It's not. It's one of those things. If you were driving on your own, you were pretty much fucked.
I mean, are you intending to use this car?
Well, if the other guys are going to escape in it, I don't think we should let them, actually. I think we should have them on our side skirts, and then we can push them off into a rose hedge for karma. Once we've achieved a high enough speed.
Right.
What?
Well-
They killed Arnold. Well, whatever his name was.
The one who killed Arthur is definitely going to find himself suddenly, unfortunately, losing his grip of the car and flying at increasing velocity into the unknown.
Apparently, by 1920, nearly all manufacturers were producing cars equipped with starters.
Yeah, because I couldn't see a.
So the
Wiggly.
Bentley's probably got a starter. Actually, you said our car was quite nice at the time we hired it, so that would probably have as well.
Yeah.
That's fine. That beats cranking the bastard.
Yeah, there's definitely no cranks on these cars.
Okay.
It's a 4-seater.
Cranks driving them.
Okay, so I guess you insist that they jump on your car.
Yeah, well, we trashed the other one. So jump on ours,
Mhm.
and we'll drive off, and they're going to have to hold on pretty tight because accelerating all the way over that bridge and through the security gate.
Okay. By this point, you see a few cultists kind of running out of a door, and they see what you're doing and try and take a shot.
Toodaloo, toodaloo.
Can you give me a drive roll, whoever is driving, please?
I assume that's still me, is it?
You're not.
Yes.
You've barely been able to.
Also, I do believe that I'm taking a shot myself as I get the chance.
And the bonus die? Oh, that didn't help.
Nope.
Do we make it through the gate or through the wall?
Not likely, not with that driving.
Okay. I'll say that rather than kind of hit a wall, you're struggling a bit with the softness of the ground and so on, especially as you get across the little bridge.
Okay,
onto
at
the
that
rest of the
point I
driveway.
say, Françoise, shift, and I get into the driver's seat.
What are you trying to do? I can perfectly handle this just as well as you could. It is the ground that is the problem, not me. Get off my fucking hand.
Let's see. Hold on. Is Yaleesha in the car, or
Yes.
rather than clinging on? I mean.
Well, it should be in it, yeah.
Oh, she'll be in it. We want her to live.
Okay, cool. So 4, and you're trying to shoot as well, Pranit. Okay, fine. Right, one of the cultists aiming at you just completely gets one of them square in the chest, and he actually falls off the car.
Okay.
Was it the one that killed Arthur?
No.
Okay, so he's still got a rendezvous with Sky High diving.
I'll try to take a shot at the cultists shooting us.
Yeah, yep. Make your roll.
Don't recall. Regular pass.
Okay. Yep, roll your damage.
13.
Oh, blooming number. Okay, so yeah, you take one of them out. Yeah, okay, you carry on. Give me one more drive roll, Françoise.
Do I get a penalty die because I'm arguing with Winston over who's driving?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Why did you have to say
And also,
that?
That's a
someone's just
shame.
fallen off.
Because the first one was a hard pass,
Oh,
and the second one means it's a failure.
yeah.
So-
You kind
Well
of
done,
spin a
Winston.
bit more. You kind of spin a bit more, and you hear the sound of one of the wheels almost getting a little bit stuck, and you're just trying to get it back round and stuff. You're still moving, just albeit
Will
very
you just
slowly.
get off me, you crazy imbecile!
Will someone watch the road?
Let me drive the damn car.
Okay, so you slow down a little bit, which basically gives the others a chance to shoot. Ooh.
Shit. I just wanted to help.
Well, they're not doing very well.
I can't help it.
That's I think that's going to be on my headstone now. Here lies Winston Greene. I just wanted to help.
Okay, so one of them once again hits, and again, it's not the person who shot Arthur, but he also flies off.
Where is the person that shot Arthur in relative to myself?
He's actually closest to Françoise. He's on her side. To the right.
I've got body armor.
Literally. No, I was going to say that, you know, if somebody could shoot at some of the cultists out there, but in doing so, accidentally maybe shoot through the guy that shot off. I mean, that would be incredibly karmic.
I mean, you're just about to get over like the cattle grid and the gate and stuff, so you've got one chance.
Are we going to dump this car?
Well, no, I was asking if anyone wants to take another shot, but it sounds like no.
Yeah, if I can shoot another cultist, I will.
Okay.
I'm
Yes,
not
he's
playing
hanging-
pulp, but I'm playing pulp.
He's hanging on the side of the car. He's the one that killed Arthur.
That's another pass.
Okay, roll your damage.
Oh, that's a 7.
Oh no, they only get bleeding horribly.
How boring.
Yeah, boring.
How
Okay.
terrible! He's just bleeding profusely.
Nah, I just killed 3.
Okay. So,
I killed.
I've just
Killed,
thought of something. Okay. Nothing.
I grab him, kind of reach out and pull him down so he hits his head on the roof, and then push him out.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to use him as paintwork on the side of a tree somewhere.
Okay, we'll do that.
I'm happy for you to.
That would be, but no, it's probably better you do that because that doesn't involve a drive roll.
Vengeance, and so on.
Failed 2 of those.
I'm happy for you to do that. Give me a brawl just to see how hard you do it.
Okay, so that's a 27, which is 2 off a hard pass. So I'll spend 2 luck to make it a hard pass.
Okay. Yeah, you basically you concuss him. Well, yeah, thump him like that, and throw him off, and he just sort of goes off spindling away from you. It kind of disappears into the darkness, into a ditch somewhere.
Did you just murder another person that
I did
didn't
not
do
see him
anything
die.
to us?
He shot Arthur.
I did not see him die. I saw him fall.
Does this make you better than him? It does not.
I'll go to church with Winston next.
He helped us get out of here, and you
In
just murdered
Venice,
him.
in Venice, I sent him crashing into an optician's window. So
Yes.
In fairness, does it make us better than him? Probably not. Will I be able to sleep tonight knowing that the man that killed our friend is sleeping with the fishes?
he's not dead. He's
Yes.
just
Well, no.
he just fell.
It doesn't sleep with a fish that you know of.
Well, we're not
but-
sure of what his peccadillos are, but whatever.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say was obviously you kind of started the fire in the basement and blah blah. So we will see if that causes any ripples, shall we say? In terms of where you want to go, given it's dark, the closest places you can go from here, if you want to go somewhere close for now, is either Harwich, which is just a bit further north up the coast, or Colchester, where this so-called army is supposed to be.
I'd like to go to Colchester because it's got a hospital.
Colchester.
That
Yeah,
too. Okay.
Colchester all the way.
Although, in fairness, Harwich has a port to another country. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but no,
That's true.
Colchester, I think.
Colchester.
Okay, Colchester it is. So it's about an hour, give or take. Although I imagine you kind of floor it once you get onto solid ground.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, you reach the hospital. You're the one who needs medical attention most of all, of course.
Mhm.
And oh yeah, that's a nice easy pass. So I think, is it a D3 or something?
It's a
Yeah,
D10.
or-
As such a high-ranking hospital, surely should be like a D6 hit points back, if not a D8.
How about a
Possibly even a
D20?
D10.
How about a D20? Just all the way up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should all get healed and be back at maximum,
Ooh.
feeling wonderful about ourselves.
That's 3 HP for
Merci
you,
beaucoup.
Françoise. Yep. And you're now completely stabilized, but of course you still have the major wound, as do you, Perry. But yes, so you kind of got this sort of gunfire and shouting and chaos sort of ringing in your ears a bit, and now you finally get a little bit of respite. Although hopefully they haven't kind of come after you in any way. But are you all staying at the hospital, or are you planning to?
I think we have to. If they have followed us, then it's going to have to be safety in numbers at the moment. We're going to have to all be in the one place at the moment. I don't want to split us up at this point.
Agree.
Seagull, I told you I would get you out.
Just about, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to get you out more gracefully? Would you have preferred a more comfortable car?
No. Please, I didn't mean.
Is it the black eyes? Is it putting you off? You want your hero to come swooshing in with blonde hair?
I take Yaleesha to have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Far away from Françoise.
She's more freaked out by your hands, if anything, Françoise.
What do the medical people say about the hands, actually?
They're kind of shocked, and they're a little dumbfounded as to what on earth you've done. And they actually say to you, what on earth did you do?
Is this woman practicing this science I did not understand. She lost control of her experiment, and it struck me.
You might lose some mobility in your fingers.
It's disappointing to hear.
Is my chest similar?
Yeah. They kind of pull open your shirt and they kind of gasp as they see this huge sort of area that's kind of spread through. It's a little kind of, it's more dull than it was because you think Gavagan did something. But yeah, it's still there, and it may well leave a mark.
Can Françoise and Parry, can we actually, if someone touches it, can we still feel that, or is all the feeling gone as well?
Yeah, you can feel it. It kind of feels rubbery.
No, but can we feel someone touching us, touching that area?
Oh, I see. It definitely feels number.
It feels what? Sorry?
Numb or number,
Numb.
not numb. So, let's see, what day are we on now? So it gets to Sunday. I imagine you've had at least a couple of hours of sleep, have you?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
slept through the night in our hospital.
Okay.
Be a
Sunday
light
the-
sleep on my part because I've got one eye open, knowing fine well that even though I have bought an obscene amount of ammunition for my 38 and some clips, I no longer have said 38
No.
after buying the fucking clips for it.
I need to make a note of that. So you brought some. It's tasty, but it's fairly basic sort of breakfast.
It's fine.
In your ward,
Porridge and
etc.
toast. Porridge and toast will do.
Yeah, that's basically it.
miss
Probably
Quick fry up.
a bit of jam.
I missed food with flavor.
In fact, it's Sunday. Where's the fucking fry up?
You can take it away instead if you want, miss.
No, it is okay. After the food I had in the last place, it is actually a huge step up. You are making progress towards civilization.
They sort of like they kind of look at you like, oh bless, isn't she funny being all French and stuff. Yeah, so you get a little bit of respite. What's your kind of immediate plan? Like, are you intending to stay here long?
Well, here's the thing. So, do we think that it will come to us as there was some resisting anyway? Because if so, we could just stand next to an army base. But if it is not coming here, then that is pointless.
And do the doctors think they can do anything for Parry and Françoise?
Yeah, I think that's my immediate thought is these injuries to Françoise and Perry. Can they do anything about that? Secondly, do we actually find out whether the Colchester barracks actually received that telegram?
Bless you.
We should
was
talk
a
to.
call.
Sorry?
It was a call, not a telegram.
Yeah, well, if they got the call.
Okay.
We need to make a phone call of our own to the inspector, tell him about the wallet and that we have rescued the girl and that we are in poor health.
Yes, and tell them.
Well,
that
I am, therefore we are.
we valiantly tried to rescue the other prisoners, but unfortunately, in our escape, some of them unfortunately perished.
I mean, they did.
Yeah. Well, that is true. We also discovered those prisoners was the men. who
Yeah,
killed our friend.
we'll gloss over that bit. We'll just say several of them perished.
We think there were other cultists anyway.
Yes. Willing sacrifices.
So they kind of try and keep, especially your chest, Perry, they try and keep it sort of a bit moist because they think it's going to scar up quite badly. With your hands, Françoise, given it's a slightly different issue. It's just more kind of bone and things. They kind of wrap them in bandages for now and have a bit more of a head scratch about yours.
Bandages? How can I shoot? How can I drive? How can I take pictures?
We did say that it might affect your mobility a bit.
I thought you meant it's a long term with illness, not what you were going to do to it yourself.
You do find out fairly quickly, though, even from like another couple of patients, that there's a big garrison here. It's home to the 413 Battery of the 104th Brigade Royal Field Artillery.
Ooh,
Artillery sounds good.
yes.
Demolish the place.
That's what we need on Miser House. A couple of fucking field guns.
So, we should make the phone call.
Yeah.
Make the phone call to Barrington. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. He answers. Barrington.
Which of us is doing the phone call? I cannot hold the phone. Winston.
I will make the phone call.
No, you waffle. Perry says the wrong shit. I think Pranit should do it.
What? I didn't even know Barrington.
He doesn't
Listen,
really
you
know.
don't know me, but I know you.
Well, he knows he's seen you at least, just briefly.
Yeah. Nothing more than that.
Inspector Barrington, this is Winston. Winston Greene.
Oh, Mr. Greene.
Yes.
You called just after my Sunday service. How considerate of you. Whereabouts are you?
Where was that other place?
What other place?
The one
Harwich.
that was the port. Yes. We're in Harwich, heading our way back to London.
This is what I mean. This is why we should not have him on the phone ever. Or talking to anyone. This guy is crazy. Why is he lying?
Why are you in Harwich?
Well, we've had an interesting day.
Please do tell.
I'm
well,
so interested. Please tell me more.
We decided to visit Miser House.
Ah, I thought so. Given how eager Miss Pelletier was to visit,
it didn't go quite as we'd hoped. In fact, it didn't go our way at all. Well, it kind of went our way. We did get out of the house. The hostess wasn't particularly happy to see us leave, but you know
what happened.
Well, we found the people who had been kidnapped. We were right; they were at Miser House. We found ourselves joining them in the cells because...
Sorry, cells? What cells?
They have cells in the basement. It's wonderful. I mean, they have these wonderful accommodations, but we were too cheap to go for the bigger rooms, so they had to give us the cheap ones. Not that we had much choice in it.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. I can only hear half the conversation, and the half I am hearing terrifies me.
Is that Françoise? She sounds usual self.
She's slightly more animated.
Well, she was the one who wanted to come up here in the first place.
Well, yes, and
Where is Gavagan and Shafiq?
when we last left them, they were both in Miser House.
Right.
Tell them about the wallet.
Well, I suppose I should thank you, but we'll take it from here.
We did, yes. We did, however, find something in the cells that might interest you. We found the wallet of your predecessor, the man you replaced in the investigation of the Egyptian murders.
Christ. Of course.
I'm afraid we didn't find anything other than a wallet. So I'm
Right. I'll you keep that very safe on you, Mr. Greene. I'm going to be making some calls.
You haven't
Right.
even explained how to find the cells. They're hidden. Oh my god, I cannot believe I am hearing this. Ah!
Yes, Françoise is orgasmically telling me to remind you that the cells are actually in a secret part of the basement. There's a great hall. There's a trick door near the fireplace in the great hall that leads you down to the cell area. They're quite mad. I mean, I've met the occasional religious extremist, but compared to Gavagan and Miss Shafiq, the ones I met were positively tame.
Did they seem to follow you?
Well, we escaped at the night time, and we didn't see any vehicles following. Mr. Gavagan certainly wouldn't have. We slashed his tires.
Why would you confess to a crime? Oh.
Right.
That's a felony.
Are you willing to pay for that, Mr. Greene? I imagine Gavagan won't pay for you this time.
Would it help if we said that we were trying to help people escape from enslavement and possible death? And
it's still against the law. It's still vandalism.
Yes, I believe the defense of necessity rather fits at this point.
You can phrase it however you want, Mr. Greene, but it's quite simple over here.
Yes, you appear to be.
Would you be willing to hand in that wallet as evidence to the local constabulary?
Yes, I certainly will.
I'll make a call in advance to let them know you're coming and to sort out any fees for Mr. Gavagan's tyres.
Yes, I can sort all that. Not a problem.
Well, have fun and enjoy the sea breeze.
Thank you.
And he just puts the phone down.
I don't trust him.
Françoise
he doesn't trust you.
I mean, in fairness, that was almost as good as I could expect. I was expecting something that was barely possible. That was only a marginal failure.
Says you're going to call the wrong police station now, isn't he?
Well, yes, but under the guise of I'm not sure whether we can trust him or not, I didn't want to give him our whereabouts.
Why would you think that? He's a by-the-book man.
I don't trust anyone at this point.
This is why you should not have been onto the phone. See what you did, Pranit. You should have handled this.
Next time I will.
I don't trust any of them right now.
If you were half the man that I would have been, if I was a man, then yes, you would have. Pathetic, all of you.
And if you were more than a man than you are, I would call you out in it.
when you head up to the station, it's only fairly small, but you're kind of sitting there for a while, sorting out the paperwork, paying your dues, all that, and of course handing in the wallet, if you still choose to do that.
But the only thing is, he's calling a different police station because we're in Colchester.
We're in Colchester. I told him we were in Harwick.
True, you did. You utter plonkers. Well, then you're probably
Because I don't trust him.
You're probably gonna have to head to Harwich then.
Yep,
There's the car.
I can drive.
Okay, so
See you later.
I repeat all that again, but you're in Harwich.
Yes.
And you're there for a few hours. But in the meantime, while he's gone, the three of you again sort of find out, and you do hear a bit of noise outside. You think that there's some quite heavily armored vehicles that kind of come past the hospital and turn east.
Well, did they seem like normal cars or lorries or?
They're armored cars, so like Rolls-Royce armored cars.
Oh, that's army then.
So do they have flags on them? If they're army, they should have flags or
I guess so, yeah. But yeah, they are
maybe
army.
some initials.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I completely.
If they're army, you can tell army stuff a bloody mile away. I mean, all that old green cape.
It is army.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they turn east.
Did we not come from?
What's east of here?
The place we came from.
Mm.
Senese is on the east coast, and Colchester is not on the coast, so it is east. So it is going the right way, at least. Do we want to take a stroll and have a look when Winston returns with the car?
It may be worth a shot.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if going that close again is a good idea.
Well, they're going to clear the place out, I should imagine. So we should be able
Yeah.
to go around get safety.
If they are, if they're not, we're just walking past there.
If they are not
no
going
army.
to there, then the army is going on maneuver somewhere else, and I still want to be next to the army.
All right.
I know they're only English soldiers. They don't have a good, strong line of French forts like the Maginot Line, completely impenetrable. But
Completely. Yes. We'll see
it's
that in about 20
1925,
years.
so-
Yeah, we will see that in about 20 years.
Nonetheless, they are still soldiers. They have the biggest guns.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so they head off the two armored cars, and there's also like one of those sort of just trucks of sort of a few more soldiers, and they all head off east in a line. So presumably you wait for Winston to get back. It's a little bit later.
Yeah, we have to.
Are you still planning to take a stroll?
Well, maybe what we should do is drive past the barracks and see if it's empty.
It won't be completely empty.
That's true, it won't.
No.
Yeah, there'll always be. There's always going to be
They're,
someone on watch. But
if they have some salt in their head, they just send there a couple of cars, and that's it.
Fair.
Let's say 6 to 10 men. The others are staying at the garrison, at the barracks.
I mean, if it was completely empty, great. We could go in. I could get another 9mm for free.
It'll be
another
one or
30.
two gun crews, I imagine. So, I don't know what, 10 people or something, 6 to 10.
Yeah.
crew.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
may have a look and then see what happens.
Yeah, looking at the
Okay.
other car, only 3 people in one tops, probably 2 actually. It's just a car with a turret on.
Okay. So yeah, you head on up, and you can kind of see everything happening in front of you because you keep your distance this time, I suppose. But yeah, you can see people being led out by the army, and they're sort of being trussed up a bit. You see some more cars arriving as well, which appear to be more like police cars. And they get bundled in. You can see Shafiq, who looks a bit kind of beaten up, and Gavagan looks more just kind of a bit disheveled, not too bad. But they're also being escorted into a car as it arrives, along with various other cultists.
Did you still get to do your part?
Shut up.
No, I want to know the answer genuinely. I'm hoping his ego will compel him to answer.
He's
So-
kind of far away from you. That's the only thing.
So what we need to do now, we need to get one of the guns, one of the field guns, and aim it at that car.
We don't do anything. We wait for the
No,
army
I
and the
know.
police to go, and
Yeah.
then maybe we can stroll past the mansion, the property, and then have a look inside. How about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think look inside.
My only
What
worry
I-
is they've been arrested.
What I will say is that when the car comes past with Gavagan and Shafiq in, Gavagan does smile at you, as if to answer your question, Françoise.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if he was smiling over answering my question or over the oven mitts.
It's must have cleared the place out somehow.
Yes, they will have found the cells and arrested everyone, so there's possibly only a few number of people now, and also nobody who can do with magic in our heads, and also I cannot hold a gun. I have oven mitts. I do not approve.
Well, you can hold a gun, you just can't really fire it. You could still
I
use
could.
it as a club.
Cradle it.
So here's the plan. Françoise would carry all the shotguns for us.
So,
Mobile gun rack.
given the time, so are you thinking then of trying to comb the rest of the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
I wouldn't have been interested in what we're interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, I suppose, how thorough you want to be. But yeah, we can do it next time and kind of start wrapping up England then. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy to leave it now.
Sounds
If you
fair.
want.
Oh, that was a tough section.
Didn't go anything like I thought it was gonna go.
No,
In
Yeah.
all honesty, the minute Shafiq walked into that room, the only thing I worried about is it was going to be a TPK right there, because I didn't. I immediately thought, Françoise will just go for her.
Well, I was contemplating the right approach for a while, actually, because I did think, yeah, maybe I could sit by the side, wait for the army to turn up. But the problem is, I didn't know the army would.
Yeah, that was it.
When you think about it from a plain numbers point of view, our best bet was still then. That's why we went on the Saturday.
Yeah,
Going to be a lot more of them on the Monday.
yeah,
And a big showdown and possibly a monster. So we had to fight them. The problem was we were in a 2v8 and we needed to make it a 4v8.
Yeah.
But which is why I tried to start it while I was on the stairs, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
See?
No, I mean, no, I agree with Becky. I mean, we were in that situation, as you say. If we knew the army was coming, we could play for time, but we didn't have that assurance.
And it felt like it did feel a little bit like the intention was to take us to this grand finale encounter with the monster, and that kind of everything we were doing was consequently failing. But I still think it was the better option.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I fought as hard as I could, like you did. So
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to kind of,
Okay, I wondered if
you
you were
into a
trying to
corner.
achieve a story result of getting us to that.
Well, I mean,
sacrifice
from
day.
a story place preferably, but I was still like being genuine with rolling dice and stuff and who was there and things. So,
Okay.
I wouldn't what's the word? Cramp your style.
Oh, my style left ages ago. It's been cramped, crimped, and
We
crunched.
nearly wrecked our own. Nearly lost 2 of us that time.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that both of you got out of that alive.
I'm surprised any of us did. I honestly, at one point, I thought that was a TPK.
Also, you're welcome.
Yeah. In fact, there was a couple of cases of bad rolls saved us.
Well, I have to say, there is a small bug in the Call of Cthulhu form fillable character sheet. It is not actually possible to select out of luck.
No, it's not. But unless you do something really stupid, I'm sure you'll be able to get some more luck in a bit.
Oh, but you can deselect luck. Okay, I will do that instead.
So yes, I hope you enjoyed that.
As always, mate.
I
As
did,
always.
yeah.
It was good.
Good.
That was insane. It was just really intense all the way through that.
Action-packed.
Part of me wondered when Françoise said, and it kind of pissed me off a bit. I thought she was like speaking through Becky about me for a minute. I'm just like, what have I done? What have I done?
You know damn well I don't criticize you in front of other people.
No, you're correct.
No, I was just really. That was really intense. I honestly thought there was a couple of moments there where I thought Winston's number was up.
Oh, your number was up.
Yeah, I thought I thought we were all goners in that basement. I thought we were going to go down as a heroic last stand.
Nah.
It
We are
was
better
close.
than that.
First shoving us into the cells.
Well, very good. I will cut the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you. Au revoir.
See you next week.
Merci beaucoup. I love you all.
Arrivederci.